prime. I ended up making a mistake when measuring the length of the tape. It was because I forgot that I would use Qualepox. In fact, I knew it was Qualepox. And added glue volume, then opened this difference here, which was the glue volume in the surroundings, but it's okay, because as I'm going to paint, it's not a problem. I'm going to put another piece inside here once I putty it and sand it. The problem will be solved. You will notice in the end that the difference disappears. To enjoy while the glue of the dried garlic, I glued 3 little stumps, which is where they will pass. Fixing screws here on the coast, here in front. We can see that it needs some finishing touches. So I'm going to sand it down a little bit now, and I'm going to copies those little cracks that remain, including that one. I put a cutout inside that one, and she's like this here. Then I'll finish casting. As I just joked, all that finishing, I even did a little filling here to keep the curve. Because of that amendment, I already made the holes. To pass the screws, I made a recess. To hide the screw head here, the screw comes out up there. And now, well, before placing, before we put this, the finish of the spot, we will first apply the prime. I'm going to prime the food. So first we're going to apply all the primer, and then we're going to do the sanding. Only later, put it in place and do the painting. So let's go to the primer. I'm finishing this stand here for him. I consider I have better control this way. After that, I will put and I'm going to put the hooks. And then we went here. Well, I got it here with my medicine. And we came back right away. Today, I had my piece ready to start painting. I didn't go into much detail about this finish because I already talked about it in another video. Just to point out, after applying the primer, I ended up using the MTU primer. I sanded with 320 grit sandpaper, and then 600 grit sandpaper. To that helped. In the final finish, another thing about these sports, these are the plaster pots. Okay, guys? There are some models that are not two-part like this one. Fixed part and a mobile part. There is no problem, you can use any one. If you want some consideration,
the important finding is that regardless of whether it's cyclosomatic, they do not need to be present on the part during primer application. But when applying the paint, it is important that both the hook,
as long as sports are on site, or what, so that the same color I apply throughout the piece. Also take sports, so we have uniformity there in the piece. Okay? Even though the right thing to do would be to apply a primer here in these sports. But since they won't have friction, there won't be much of a problem with the paint coming off or anything. These ones are matte. But if they were glossy, it would be cool to give them a sandpaper. It could be 600 grit sandpaper just to take off some of the shine. And then put it in place so you can paint it. So now I'm going to do the painting. I'll use a white one, white PU. Spray paint could also be used. It will have the same finish as the poo. But you could also use spray paint. That's an option. That's it. The paint is ready. Now I'll wait a few days for it to dry. I'm going to take it to my mother's house and I'm going to assemble it, finish the chandelier. And from there, I'll finish telling you the story. I'll show you the piece sitting down and the chandelier assembled. So from now, that's it. With
The bonus to this video, I'm going to show you how you can hang
the elements that you can use on the chandelier in a safe way.
It's a very thin steel cable that you can buy at a fishing tackle store.
It comes in 10-meter rolls. Very thin and very resistant steel cable.
And then you buy them. They come together. This impact cable is in it that are very small tubes. Then you will make this type of loop here. Look, to be able to fix it.
Let me show you up close, if I can show you here. Make this type of loop here look. That allows you to hang the element there on the hook. This washer, just crush it with pliers and such, and that's it. There are special pliers, but regular pliers. That was it. And then the same thing happens with food, be it a bottle, a glass, and then you just have to see how you're going to hang it. In my case, I had a leaf, and then I drilled it with the Dremel and tied it with this steel track. Let's continue our video then.
Well, the chandelier is ready. It's assembled. Unfortunately, I'll owe you guys the installation of the structure, but there's no mystery, just put it in it. 3 screws, as you can see after assembly. You hardly notice the existence of those little hooks. Of course, here I use my own elements, some glass that I produce, but it could be a cup, a bottle, or any hanging tart. It doesn't matter. What matters now is the creativity of the structure, which is sometimes the most complex to produce, and now it is demystified. With this way of producing MDF. So with this one more tip, I'll leave you. A hug to you, and until next time.